the international standards on auditing. So we looked in the last class on ISA 320, which is on materiality. So today we'll be continuing by way of summary of ISA 402. So the ISAs have been treated in a previous class, but then we are summarizing them because they are intricate parts of the exams, especially in the last diet when Umar said about 5 to 6 ISAs were featured. So we are summarizing it to help us decipher and comprehensively understand the intricacies and also how to apply them. So in the last class, we introduced quizzes for each ISAs. After each ISA summary, we just take a quiz to see if we remember what we just summarized or talked about in each of the ISAs. The quiz will just help us remember and it will resonate with us on the key points and the key items stated in the ISAs. So after each ISA summary, we just take a quiz to test our understanding of the particular standard and to help it sink further. So that's the objective of the quiz. So it's just a 5 multiple choice quiz. So just pay attention to the summary so that you can get the nitty-gritties, and if it sticks, it stays. So wherever you see it, the application will be easy and remembrance also will be quick. So we're looking at ISA 402, looking at audit considerations relating to an entity using a service organization. So we're looking at this ISA speaks to the fact that not all services are provided by the main company. They outsource some services or allow some services to be provided by external organizations, and they pay them for such services. So this standard requires auditors to understand how the entity uses the service provider. So whichever service provider, whichever area it is, and assess the effectiveness of the controls at that service organization, and also determine whether sufficient audit evidence can be obtained. So ISA 402, it's emphatically looking at the controls surrounding the use of service providers in whichever area. So whether it's HR, internal audit outsourced, facility management outsourced, whatever area it is, the company is outsourcing or using any service provider, even if it's IT, the standard ISA 402 graphically looks at the effectiveness of the controls of the external organization, and it's quite challenging because ISA 402 help auditors understand how external organizations impact the organizations they are auditing, looking at materiality of the amounts, the size of items, and this is very key to some organizations, especially where a large chunk of their services are outsourced. They have to be careful with controls and ensuring that fraud is not perpetrated and adequate level of checks are provided in such entities. So if relying on the service of organizations controls or service organization controls, the auditor may obtain a type 2 report. A type 2 report is a report that tests controls directly, and it uses another auditor's work. The auditor may specialize in auditing that particular service organization, or he has expertise more than the auditor. So when relying on another auditor's report, we're trying to establish that the auditor has expert advice and expert judgment than you in that area. So the primary auditor may need a secondary auditor, and that secondary auditor provides a type 2 report that tests controls directly and also use the auditor's work. This is very important. The primary auditor must evaluate the secondary auditor's competence, his independence and adherence to professional standards to ensure the reliability of audit evidence. So where the first auditor, let me use the word primary auditor, uses the services of a secondary auditor to evaluate the controls of a service organization, the auditor must evaluate also his competence in that area that he doesn't have, his independence, objectivity, and also how he adheres to professional standards, so that when he provides his type 2 report, it is qualitative and the quality of work done is up to professional standards, culminating in the evidence and also the reliability of that same evidence. So that's briefly ISA 402 in ensuring that audit considerations in relation to entity, an entity using service organizations, the controls are well tested, and also type 2 reports are provided. Sorry, Julie, you're welcome. You came in late. I was trying to.
Good evening, sir. I sent a message. I sent a message to you.
Okay. I was surprised when the notification came. I was thinking, Julie is already here, 7:59. The next thing I saw, it was Ife. I said, wow. First time Ife forced Julie to join the call. Exactly.
I have to wait for an update on my system. So
yeah, I just saw your message now. I'm just seeing it now. I didn't check.
Okay.
I knew something must have kept you. It's very unusual of you. You're always on time.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Nice to have you.
Can you just do me the favor of a quick recap of what you just said, because it sounds like you just quickly, if you don't mind.
That's fine. So I was talking about ISA 402, looking at audit consideration of an entity using the service of another organization. So, for example, there are entities that use services like my office. We use a particular service provider to look at or clean our facility. They manage our facility. They are facility managers. So they are not directly staff of our company. They are a company that was outsourced to provide facility management services. So auditors auditing organizations that provide service, extra service, or a service that the organization does not provide a staff or staffs to man that unit. Auditors need to be careful in evaluating the controls that those organizations provide. So the primary auditor may also need to outsource his service to an auditor that maybe understands facility management more than him. For example, like my organization where we outsource facility management, if an auditor is auditing it and he doesn't have facility management expertise, he may need an auditor that has that expertise, evaluates his independence, his competence, objectivity, and how he's providing audit evidence to enhance his work. So the primary auditor may need a secondary auditor depending on the controls he wants to test and the evaluation of that service organization's entity-wide risk assessment framework and entity controls. So generally, the audit consideration relating to entities using service organization is brief, and that's ISA 402 on that consideration. So concisely, an auditor may need to do compliance testing to ensure if he needs, or to look at the need for substantive testing of the service organization that entity he's auditing is adequate, whether it's adequate or not, to know whether he needs the services of another auditor or his own reviews are adequate to cover that. So I talked about type 2 report. The auditor may need to obtain a type 2 report that testing controls directly. So the auditor's work, another auditor's work is a type 2 report. He is a type 1 report. So a type 2 report is obtained from another auditor to help provide the evidence he needs on that service organization's entity-wide control. So that's briefly what ISA 402 by way of recap is talking about. And I believe you caught one or two thoughts on that.
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right. So let's go. Number one, what is the key reason for the revision of ISA 402? Number A, the need to eliminate the use of service organizations. Number B, the increased reliance on risk assessment procedures. C, the increased use of service organizations and alignment with risk assessment ISs. D, the requirement for auditors to always visit service organizations. So the question is, what is the key reason for the revision of ISA 402? A, the need to eliminate the use of service organizations. B, the increased reliance on risk assessment procedures.
C.
Okay, so ISA 402. So J is saying number 1 is C. Okay, so I, let me use I. I, what is your pick for question 1? If are you there or you're still thinking?
Is it there?
I think so. Let me check. Yeah, he's there. You are muted. Maybe he's speaking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm unmuted now.
I guess so.
I choose C, sir.
Okay. Final answer.
Yes, final answer C.
Okay. J picked C. I picked C. All right. We'll see. Number 2. Which of the following is not a procedure specified under ISA 402 for testing the effectiveness of controls at a service organization? A, obtaining a type 2 report. B, testing controls at a service organization. C, relying on management representation. D, using another auditor to test controls at the service organization. So which of the following is not a procedure specified under ISA 402 for testing the effectiveness of controls at a service organization?
C.
Okay, relying on
C.
Okay, we'll see. C. Okay, relying on only on management representation. All right, number 3. When an auditor plans to use another auditor's report as audit evidence, what must they ensure? A, the other auditor's professional competence and independence. B, that the report is at least 1 year old. C, that the service organization provides financial statements. D, that additional procedures are required.
A.
A.
Okay. I is speaking A. Okay. J is speaking A also. All right. C, number 4. Which report provides...
You're not happy. How come you're still happy? You're still happy.
We are just starting, so definitely.
Okay.
You guys are on fire, so let's see.
Okay.
Yes, so which report provides evidence about the operating effectiveness of a service organization's controls? A, type 1 report. B, type 2 report. C, auditor's management letter. D, financial statement audit report. Which report provides evidence about...
type 2 report.
Yeah, I picked B. That was fast. J, what's your pick?
A.
Type 1 report. Yeah. Okay. J picked A. All right, final question. Which of the following is a key...
Wait. Hey, catch me.
You want to change your mind.
Which your mind, right?
You want to change her mind. Which report provides evidence about the operating effectiveness of the service? So you have 2 options. You have to strike out.
It's B. It's B.
Okay. She has changed her mind. All right, let's see. B.
Yes.
Okay. She has changed her mind. All right, fine. Okay. Number 5. Which of the following is a key requirement under ISA 402? The auditor must always visit the service organization. B, the auditor should assess how the entity uses the service organization. C, the auditor should assume all service organization controls are effective. D, the auditor should rely only on the entity's internal controls. Which of the following is a key requirement under ISA 402?
I choose B, sir.
The auditor should assess how the entity uses the service organization. Okay, B.
Yeah.
I too is picking B, J, and I. You guys actually picked the same options. So, all right, we'll see. So,
because I think this one is easy.
Okay, let's see. Drum roll number 1. What is the key reason for the revision of ISA 402? Exactly, they got it. C. Okay. Explanation: the revision of ISA 402 was necessary due to the growing use of service organizations by entity and the need to integrate it with risk assessment, international standards, and auditing to ensure proper audit coverage. Nice one. So, number 2, they got it too. Which of the following is not a procedure specified under ISA 402 for testing the effectiveness of controls? C, correct answer. Management representation alone is insufficient as evidence under ISA 402. Okay, correct. All right, number 3. When an auditor plans to use another auditor's report as evidence, what must they ensure? Correct. Everybody got it. A. Before relying on another auditor's work, ISA 402 requires the primary auditor to evaluate the other auditor's competence, independence, and adherence to professional standards. Nice one. They got it though. I wish Julie didn't change her mind. She got this one.
Same answer is already in number 2. This answer is in number 2. It's in number 2.
Yeah, she changed her mind.
This is in number 2. Yes.
She changed her mind and she got it. Which report provides evidence about operating effectiveness of the service organization's control.
It's type 2.
Yeah, type 2 reports.
I don't want my mind not to know.
I wish you went for type 1. That would have made me happier, you know.
No, I'm sure you're excited already in your mind.
I'm telling you. Type 2 report evaluates both design and operating. I'm telling you, I was happy in my mind until you changed your mind.
Yes.
Explanation. I'm telling you. Type 2 report evaluates both design and operating effectiveness of the service organization's control over a period of time, making it useful for audit purposes.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. And finally, wow, this is 100 over 100. I'm beginning to feel somehow. Wow. Which of the following is a key requirement under ISA 402? The auditor should assess how the entity uses the service organization. Exactly. Wow, this is good. Even though I'm going to feel very, very somehow, but then there are
you should be excited now.
No, there are other hotter standards. You know, I don't like people scoring 100 over 100. You know, that's
yes.
That's one part I don't like, but you guys are proving me wrong. That's good. That's good. Good one. Good one.
Yes,
okay. So let's run now to ISA 450. Evaluation of misstatements identified during an audit. I believe this ISA is going to be tricky. So I'll still evaluation of misstatements during an audit. Okay, so let's briefly look at the summary. It provides guidance on how auditors should assess misstatements discovered during an audit, ensuring they are properly evaluated for materiality. So we looked at the other, there's an ISA we looked at, if I remember it now, on materiality determination or so. This one is also looking at materiality misstatements or material misstatements as an offshoot of the other ISA. So this one is evaluating the proper materiality misstatements in financial statements. And the standard requires auditors to accumulate all identified misstatements except those that are clearly trivial. Trivial in the sense that their sizes are immaterial and they don't influence or may not influence decision making. So any little misstatement should be ignored, or they should not be taken with taken highly or heavily as significant, and to also reassess materiality before concluding on the impact of incorrect financial misstatements. So this standard helps us look at the heavy size, the significant misstatements or incorrect misstatements in the financial statement should be looked into critically. Anyone that influences or may influence the decision of stakeholders should be looked at very critically, and where it's trivial and doesn't hold water or does not matter, it can be ignored. It emphasizes the size, like we spoke about, the size and nature of the misstatements, considering the determination in ISA 450. Additionally, this standard mandates proper documentation of misstatements. Exactly. So where misstatements are found, they shouldn't just be brought to the attention of management. The communication in writing is very important. So document them and communicate to management in writing of the misstatements, and include the threshold for trivial misstatements. So where the threshold of the misstatement is met, our auditors need to flag it. And when it's below that threshold, they can bring it to the attention of management for remediation, but then it's not an issue to bring before stakeholders of the board of directors. So a record of all accumulated misstatements, correct and incorrect, and the auditor's final assessment of whether incorrect misstatements are material, individual, or in aggregate should be brought to the fore. So this is very important. So whether correct, incorrect misstatements, they should be individually aggregated and gathered and compiled as audit evidence during the audit work. So this is very important for ISA 450. So material misstatements are very important, and in auditing financial statements, auditors ensure that materiality thresholds are established, and also where these thresholds and misstatements are found, they need to bring it to management's attention. Okay, so that's a big summary on ISA 450. Do we have any question before we run into our quiz? Any questions?
Just now.
Yes, please go ahead.
Just now.
Yeah, it's a summary. You know, we've talked about the detailed standard. So these are just summaries, and we are running through them so that you can remember them. Very short.
450.
Yeah, ISA 450.
402 is service organization.
Yes, so this is evaluation of misstatements. Exactly. Okay, so let's look at our quiz quickly. According to ISA 450, what must the auditor do with identified misstatements during an audit? Ignore immaterial misstatements altogether. Accumulate all misstatements except those that are clearly trivial. Only consider misstatements that exceed performance materiality. Correct all material misstatements. Correct all misstatements immediately. According to ISA 450. Okay.
1B.
J is speaking B. All right. I is muted.
B also for me. B also, sir.
Okay. Final answer.
Yes, final answer, B, sir.
Okay, J, final answer.
Yes, sir.
B, okay. Number 2, before evaluating the effect of uncorrected misstatements, the auditor is required to assess the competency of management. A. The auditor is required to reassess materiality. B. The auditor is required to ignore minor misstatements. C. The auditor is required to determine the audit risk level. D. Before evaluating the effect of uncorrected misstatements, the auditor is required to reassess the materiality. Okay. J picked B.
B, sir.
I too picked B. Okay. It's like these summaries they are doing well. Okay. Final answer.
Yes, sir.
B. Okay. May I agree. Number 3. Which of the following is a key factor in determining whether an uncorrected misstatement is material? The nature and size of the misstatement, the willingness of management to correct it, the number of transactions affected, the total revenue of the entity. Which of the following is a key factor in determining whether an uncorrected misstatement is material? Okay.
A. Yes, sir.
All right. I is speaking A. J, what's your pick?
A.
Final answer. Okay. Number 4. ISA 450 requires documentation of all the following except the amount below which misstatements are considered trivial. All accumulated misstatements, whether corrected or not. the qualifications of the audit engagement partner, the auditor's conclusion on the materiality of uncorrected misstatements. ISA 450 requires documentation of all the following except
C.
Okay, C, the qualifications of the audit engagement. What's your pick?
I pick C too, sir. I pick C.
Okay, you think? Are you sure? Final answer.
I said I pick. That's what I said.
Okay, you pick. Okay, you pick. All right. I thought you said you think. Okay, both of you, final answer C. All right. Finally, why does ISA 450 require auditors to document the auditor's conclusion on uncorrected misstatements? A, to provide transparency and justification for the audit opinion. B, to ensure all misstatements are corrected before issuing the audit report. C, to comply with tax regulations. D, to provide management with a report on operational inefficiencies. Why does ISA 450 require auditors to document the auditor's conclusion on uncorrected misstatements? I think this one is tricky. They've not answered on time. Okay.
I think my network.
A or D.
Haven't I answered this
I choose
one?
A,
I've
sir.
answered it already now.
No,
Is it
J
number
has not
5?
answered. Yes, number 5. J, you've not answered.
Okay, my network
I choose
was
A, sir.
It just appeared.
Okay, so let me read it again. Why does ISA 450 require auditors to document the auditor's conclusion on incorrect misstatements? A, to provide transparency and justification for the audit opinion. B, to ensure all misstatements are corrected before issuing the audit report. C, to comply with tax regulations. D, to provide management with a report on operational inefficiencies.
It's clearly A.
All right, clearly A. Okay, that'll be the end. So you're welcome, Timothy. Nice to have T on the call. How was work today?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody.
You're welcome.
Good
Nice to
evening.
have you.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
All right. You're welcome. Nice to have you. So we've done, this is our second ISCs. Now you just joined us. So we are doing our test on the second ISC. And this is ISA 450. So we have 2 contestants on the call and they've answered. Okay, they are not contestants. They are, how will I put it now? What's the grammar? They are I'm seeing your emojis. Yes, learned colleagues. No, learned is for lawyers. So these ones are, they are not lawyers. These ones are professional colleagues.
Okay. Professional colleagues, exactly. Sorry.
Exactly.
Professional colleagues.
Learned is for lawyers, so professional is better.
Lawyers,
so we have 2
exactly.
professionals. Yes, so we have 2 professionals tackling the ISCs. Okay, so number 1. Number 1, they got it to. According to ISA 450, what must an auditor do to? Okay, wow. The confidence is so high today. It's like you guys came prepared. That's good.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We are all
so the answer is B. Yeah, I notice it. You guys are all ears. All right. So what must the auditor do to identify misstatements during an audit? Accumulate all misstatements except those that are clearly trivial. So ISA 450 requires auditors to track all identified misstatements unless they are clearly trivial, meaning they are too small or insignificant to impact financial statements. All right, exactly. Good one. Number 2, before evaluating the effect of uncorrected misstatements, the auditor is required to reassess materiality. Exactly, they both got it. Wow. ISA 450 requires auditors to reassess materiality before evaluating incorrect misstatements to ensure they reflect current conditions and financial information. Exactly. Okay, number 3, which of the following is a key factor in determining whether an uncorrected misstatement is material? They both got it too. A. Yes. The nature and size of the misstatement. Fantastic. All right. Materiality is determined by both the size and nature of a misstatement. Some misstatements may be material even if they are small, depending on their nature, e.g., fraud. Okay. Number 4. They still got it. 450. ISA 450 requires documentation of all the following except the qualifications of the audit engagement partner. Explanation. ISA 450 requires auditors to document thresholds for trivial misstatements, all accumulated misstatements, and their conclusion on materiality. However, the audit partner's qualifications are not relevant to the standard. Wow. This is incredible. Why does ISA 450 require auditors to document the auditor's conclusion of uncorrected misstatements to provide transparency and justification for the audit opinion? Exactly. Wow, that is correct. 100% again. You guys are ready today. Today, these people are on fire. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, there are more standards coming. I'll have hope that you guys you'll drop in the next standards. All right, good one, T, good one, I. Okay, so let's move to the next one, ISA 505. This standard establishes guidelines for auditors on using external confirmations as audit evidence. So ISA 505 is on external confirmations, emphasizing the need for rigorous controls over confirmation requests to ensure reliability. So practically, we normally have confirmations of maybe bank accounts, domiciliary accounts, account balances from companies that are external to the audited entity. So external confirmation is very important to facilitate validating requests from external organizations dealing with that entity. So this standard requires auditors to maintain direct control over the process. So you don't ask the auditee to confirm balances or confirm account balances. You confirm by yourself. So for example, you have a Zenith Bank account, you're going to confirm that transaction. You write to the bank directly. So auditors should maintain direct control over the process. So you don't go through the auditee. So where you are confirming a balance, for example, of an organization, you write to the organization, get their email and write them. So if there's a transaction that is material, for example, a fixed asset purchase that is in millions or billions, you pick the invoice, take the phone number and call the company. You call them or you write them to ask, okay, this transaction, you provided this invoice, is it true? Give us details, is it correct? And that's what external confirmation is all about. Internal auditors also do that, but then this standard helps external auditors confirm and also receive responses from those organizations and follow up on non-reply. So where they've not received any response, they need to validate it by following up to get replies. There was an audit engagement we had, I think it was 2022 or 2023 audits, where one of our clients was not responding. The auditor had to write and tell me that, Todd, do I have a contact to speak to? He spoke to me, the internal auditor, not even the auditee. And I had to speak to one of the staff of that company who is also an ICAN member. I said, PwC sent you a mail, or can you please respond? So you're like, oh, sorry, it went to my spam or to my junk mail and all that. And so responses and follow-ups are very essential for external confirmations, because those may be areas where fraud can be hidden and transactions that are not correct are hidden in those places. So external confirmations are key, and this standard ISA 505 helps to clear doubts about reliability of responses, reliability of account balances, the size, the amounts. The auditor must obtain additional evidence to resolve concerns. So where there are concerns about the confirmations, the amounts, the figures, the items on the invoice, the auditor needs additional evidence to confirm those balances. This is very important. So this standard also specifies conditions under which negative confirmations or where no response is considered confirmation can be used, such as when the risk of material misstatement is low and a large number of recipients are involved. So the standard specified conditions where negative confirmations can fly, and this includes areas where the risk of material misstatement is low. So looking at materiality, if the size and the amount of the item is low, the auditor can use negative confirmation. Negative confirmation meaning it's not material. You can just ignore that confirmation. Also, where the large number of recipients are involved and the materiality is below their threshold, he can ignore or use negative confirmation. That means it doesn't impact the financial statements or the stakeholders that will receive the financial statements negatively. So that's what ISA 505 is all about. But where there are material amounts and sizes of items, then the confirmation is pertinent. So for example, an organization purchased a machine of about 2 billion naira, and the auditor is skeptical about that purchase. He may need to validate and get positive confirmation that that purchase existed from the invoices provided, and also get confirmation on that transaction. And also on account balances, where an organization deals with another service organization and the amounts they pay is material based on the threshold, he may need to confirm how much is paid to those organizations independently, and that is what ISA 505 is all about. All right, so that will be the end of ISA 505 external confirmations before we go to our test. I can see Umar is on the call. Umar, you're welcome. Permit me to speak out. Umar, Alapia.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You're welcome. It's nice to have you.
Good evening for all the members of the class.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good evening.
I was absent on last. I was busy then.
I understand. That's fine. It's nice to have you. You're welcome on the call. Okay, so we're looking at the third standard. Yeah, welcome. So we're looking at the third standard, and we want to look at the test on ISA 505. So
505, external confirmation.
Exactly. So you may need to go back to the videos when it's uploaded to look at the other standards we've spoken about.
Yes, I even look at it.
Oh, fantastic. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right, so let's test now. So we have 4 of us on the call. So let's do our test. We have 4 guys on the call. The other 2 professional colleagues have been doing very well on the test. So we are testing the standards to see how we understood it, and the items on the MCQs will help us also to catch what the standards are all about. All right, so number 1. All right, thank you, Umar. What is the primary reason for revising ISA 505 external confirmations? What is the primary reason for revising ISA 505 on external confirmations? A, to eliminate the use of confirmation requests in audits. B, to make requirements more rigorous and improve reliability. C, to allow auditors to rely solely on management representation. D, to reduce the need for external confirmations in high-risk audits. What is the primary reason for revising ISA 505 on external confirmations? So I have J,
B.
I have I have T, and I have U on the call.
B.
Okay, so who is going for B?
I.
Okay, T is going for B. All right. U is also going for B. I had U's voice.
I. Ife.
Okay, I is going for B. All right. J, what are you going for? What is the primary reason for revising ISA 505 external confirmation? To eliminate the use of confirmation requests on audits, in audits. B, to make requirements more rigorous and improve reliability. C, to allow auditors to rely solely on management representations. D, to reduce the need for external confirmation. Okay, J is picking B. All right, so we are waiting for you. You, what's your pick?
I pick B.
Wow, everybody picked B. All right, we'll see. Everybody picked B. Okay, we'll see. Final answer, B. All right, under ISA 505, why must an auditor maintain direct control over the confirmation process? To prevent management from influencing the responses, to speed up the confirmation process, to reduce audit costs. to allow third-party verification agencies to handle requests. Under ISA 505, why must an auditor maintain direct control over the confirmation process?
A. I
Okay,
choose A.
T is going for A. All right.
I
is going for A. Okay. J and U.
It's A. I pick A.
Okay, U is going for A. All right, J, what's your pick? J is still thinking.
I think it's A too.
All right. Everybody, A. Okay.
It's
We'll
clear.
see. It's clear. Are you sure? Very clear. All right. We'll
Yeah.
see now. We'll see if it's
Yeah.
clear during the answer session. Okay. Number 3, if an auditor has doubts about the reliability of an external confirmation process, what should they do? A, accept the response as received and proceed with the audits. B, discard the response and rely on management's explanations. C, obtain further evidence to resolve any doubts. Wow, that was so fast too. Okay, that was J, C. All right, D, ignore the response and use alternative audit purposes. Okay, T, pick C. All right, T
But
picked C, so we're waiting
question
for...
C does not appear, sir, on the slide.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then maybe it's your screen. Maybe it's your network. Has it appeared now? Yeah.
It's only question 2. It's reflected now.
Okay, that's reflected question C3 now.
Okay. Our question
Okay,
3.
fine. Okay, so let me go again. If an auditor has doubts about the reliability of an external confirmation response, what should they do? A, accept the response as received and proceed with the audit. B, discard the response and rely on management's explanations. C, obtain further evidence to resolve any doubts. D, ignore the response and use alternative audit procedures. So J and T have answered, remaining I and U.
I choose
think
C.
I came back.
I choose C.
Okay, I is picking C, right?
Yes,
Yes,
me,
sir.
I pick C as well.
Everybody C. So I C, you C. Okay, we'll see. Number 4, when is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505? A, when the risk of material misstatement is low and there are many recipients. B, when confirmation are sent to senior management only. C, when no other audit procedures are available. D, when the auditor is uncertain about the reliability of positive confirmations. When is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505?
What do you use?
I choose D, sir.
Okay, so that's I's voice, right? I is going for D.
Yes, sir. I, D.
Okay, I is going for
But
D.
sorry,
Okay?
sir, just to call your attention to something, I can't see your screen any longer since I joined.
Okay. Okay, I think it's your network. Can everybody else see question 4? I'm on question 4 currently.
Yes.
Yes, I can. We can see it.
Okay, maybe
maybe
you may need to log out and log back. Maybe it's your network that froze. Yeah, so just log out and log back. Okay, so I picked D, so no any other person has picked. So what's your pick J? What's your pick T? What's your pick U? When is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505? A, when the risk of material misstatement is low and there are many recipients. If somebody wanted to say something. Huh?
T for dog.
Okay, you go with D. Okay, T is going for D too. All right. So U and J, what's your pick? When is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505? I can hear you, son, trying to play with him. Malam Umar, you need to play with the kids.
Yes, I pick.
Okay. You is playing C. Yes, now I had the kids. They are trying to play with you and you don't have their time. So you need to give them time.
No, sir.
You need to give them time, or they need to play with daddy. Guess
I picked C.
Yes, I understand you picked C. Okay, so I is back to the call. I don't know. Can you see number 4 now on the screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now, sir.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
number 4, right? Question 4 is showing.
For D.
Okay. J is picking D. I confirm you can see number 4. Number 4 is showing on the screen, right?
Yes, I confirm. I can see, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
All right. So when is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505? So look at it again, I, and confirm, because you gave me D as your answer.
Yes, I stick to my answer, sir.
Okay, so J picked D, I picked D, T picked D, and you picked C. Okay, final answer. That's fine. So let's go number 5. Final question. Which of the following is not a requirement under ISA 505 regarding external confirmations, I beg your pardon. Which of the following is not a requirement under ISA 505 regarding external confirmations? Controlling the confirmation process, verifying the reliability of responses, allowing management to select which confirmations to send, using negative confirmations only in specific conditions. Which of the following is not a requirement under ISA 505
I
regarding
choose C, sir.
external?
I
Okay,
C.
I is picking C, J is picking C, T.
C.
Okay, T to pick C. Then you.
I'm still revising the question.
That's fine. Take your time. Which of the following is not a requirement under ISA 505 regarding external communications?
Controlling process. I picked C.
Oh, everybody C. Okay. Final answer, C. All right. So let's see. Drum roll. Brrr. What is the primary reason for revising ISA 505? External confirmation to make the requirement more rigorous and improve reliability. B. Exactly. Everybody got it. Okay. So the revision of ISA 505 was aimed at strengthening the procedures. Yeah, I can see you clapping. That's nice. The revision of ISA 505 was aimed at strengthening the procedures related to external confirmation, ensuring auditors maintain better control over the process and obtain more reliable audit evidence. Exactly. Good one, guys. Number 2, under ISA 505, why must an auditor maintain direct control over the confirmation process? Everybody got it. A. Interesting. Nice one. So, maintaining control ensures that management does not alter, intercept, or manipulate confirmation requests and responses. Exactly. Preserving the integrity of the audit evidence. Nice one, guys. Yeah, it shows the thing is sinking. Okay. All right, number 3. If an auditor has doubts about the reliability of an external confirmation response, what should they do? C. Wow, everybody got it. Shows we are really understanding the standards. Good. Okay, so explanation. I'm reading the explanation because it will help you to write and stick. If a response appears unreliable, the auditor must perform additional audit procedures to verify its authenticity and accuracy. Exactly. Okay. Number 4. When is the use of negative confirmation appropriate under ISA 505? Answer is A. Good. I think everybody failed this one. Yes. They've been scoring 100 over 100. How about? Everybody has been scoring 100 over 100 and I've been feeling somehow. Now they failed one. Number 4. So J picked D, I picked D, T picked D, and you picked C. I like that. Nobody got it. Now I'm feeling I'm teaching good.
Well, you know it is A and D. That D correct.
Yeah. For me,
That D is
that was
correct.
like
The D is
that were
correct.
like
I'm
D is
feeling better
correct. There
now.
can be 2 answers.
No, there can't be 2 answers. There has to be only one. So I'm glad that 4 of you. You people are just scoring 100 and 100. I'm feeling, is this thing too simple? This is ICAN. I like it.
No, D is the answer now. I will
No,
contest
no, no.
it. I'm
If I
going to
nobody.
court.
So let's
We'll
look at the
contest
reason now
it.
for the answer. Let's look at the reason. So, number one, when is the use of negative confirmation appropriate? The answer is when the risk of material misstatement is low and there are many recipients. It was even in the study text as we read out. So the explanation is that negative confirmations are less reliable than positive confirmations and should only be used in low risk situations where the population is large and recipients are likely to respond to discrepancies if they exist. So J picked D, I picked D, and T picked D. So why is D incorrect? If the reliability of positive confirmations is uncertain, auditors should not switch to negative confirmation, but rather seek further evidence. Exactly. So that's why D is correct. Then you picked C. C is incorrect because negative confirmations should not be used as only audit procedure. They complement other procedures. Yeah, go ahead, Jay. You're trying to say something.
Did we pick? We picked what? We picked A
So
now.
Jay picked D. No, Jay picked D.
D, okay,
I
D.
picked
We
D.
are still on that. Okay, that was 6D.
Yeah, so T
That
picked
number
D
4.
and D picked C. Aha, I'm
I
happy
still
now.
insist.
So I feel good. She still insists.
Yeah.
All right. Aisha, you're welcome to the call. Nice to have you. Aisha, Alapia.
Thank you, sir. Hello. I'm surprised that
Aisha, you
you
just
speak
come.
Hausa.
Exactly. I was born in Zaria. Why won't I speak Hausa? I know Hausa, so say I am but
Wow.
Like
Wow. I don't my heart
really?
Yeah.
I have man and woman on the call now, so he will validate my Hausa speaking very much. So
Yes, sir. You are fluent.
exactly.
You can go anywhere. You can even teach in the class, sir.
Exactly. I can change the class to Hausa class and lost
Yes,
people
sir.
like Julie and
And
Timothy.
some
No, I
people
can't
like
lose Timothy.
I know that.
It's only Julie I can sell. I can't sell Timothy. Timothy Bahoshi Neso. Say that Sakotene Basakwachi.
wow. Interesting.
Timothy Basakwachi. So Timothy, you can't lose Timothy. It's only Julie I can sell. Then I think Ife I can sell Ife also. Both of them are not. They are not Hausa compliant. Their standard is not. The standard in Hausa is not high.
It's not strong enough.
Exactly.
I can know what I need. Me, I still understand though. I still understand.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's
You can-
good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so Aisha, we have done like 4 or 3 standards now. We are in our
my
third
God.
standard test. I'm telling you, and they've been scoring 100 over 100. Julie has been bullying me. First standard, she scored 100. Second standard, 100. I've been feeling
Yes,
very,
sir.
very feverish since.
Please give
So-
ICAN marking
Yeah.
scheme.
They will give ICAN marking scheme indeed, exactly. So number 5, we are in number 5 for standard 505 on external confirmations. Yeah. Okay. So number 5, which of the following is not a requirement under ISA 505 regarding external communications? C, allow management to select which confirmations to send. Exactly. Everybody got it. C. But I'm still happy. J, 80%, 4 over 5. Good. I, 80%, 4 over 5. Good. T, 80%, 4 over 5. Good. U, 80%. Better. Now I feel better. But that 100%, I mean, you people are scaring me. If you go and get 100 in ICAN now, ICAN will be wondering whether you people cheated, you know? So nice one, guys. 80% makes sense, but don't score 100%. I'll feel happier.
ICAN
Okay.
is a good exam. They are not looking for a lot of marks. They are just looking for 50.
Exactly. It's just 50. So you guys should be scoring 52 in the class. I'll be happy. But people like Julie now, they are doing 100 over 100. It's too much. You know? It's too much. It's too
We're going to
much.
get higher. We're going higher.
All right. Okay. So it's 9 o'clock now. I know Aisha is just coming, but then a lot of us have been on the call since 8:05. So we'll have to take our eyes off the screen. The next standard is ISA 540, auditing accounting estimates, including fair value estimates and related disclosure. So do we go for 5 or 10 minutes? No, I think we should go for 10. Please take your eyes off the screen for 10 minutes.